Welcome back, everybody. We're here at the Corvette doing some creature comfort mods today. Let's get into it. Okay, what we're going to be doing today is replacing the stereo from the factory unit. So we got a nice double din. We're going to add a backup camera. We got the install kit, and the Corvette needs this PAC for everything to kind of match up and work properly. The factory unit was probably pretty good back in the day, but let's get the keys here. But it just hasn't been holding up good lately. I mean, it was a nice double din unit with a navigation. Push this button, the CD player right there. It's got DVD, but man, it's just been malfunctioning like crazy lately. It will barely keep a CD in there. The navigation unit is so outdated. It just doesn't, it's not even worth it anymore. I don't even use it because it's so outdated. So there's no auxiliary inputs, there's no USB. You know, the radio reception is actually pretty poor, so it's almost useless at this point. So we're gonna replace it with something much better, something with some Bluetooth connectivity. And Apple CarPlay, so I can just connect my phone to it and listen to whatever I want. Since I drive this car almost every single day, it's a mod worth investing in. So let's go ahead and get started with it. We're going to start with the backup camera install. We're going to run some lines to the front, and then once we get those lines run, then we will start with replacing the head unit. All right, just to get started, a couple of tools you're going to need. Like I said, this is just to get started. Is a nice big Phillips head screwdriver. That's to get your license plate bolts off. Right here. Boop. They're pretty big. You're going to need Torx T30, I think that's what that is, and some panel tools. Okay, so get your Torx bit. We're going to take this screw out here. I've already started loosening it. We're going to take the tail light out, and then we're going to use our panel tools here to take out 1 and 2, and then you got one of these on each side. Let's see if I can get a light a little bit better there. You just twist these with your hands. There's one on each side, like I said. And then this interior panel right here should come off. And that way we can see we're gonna run the lines. All right, we're gonna be using the Audio Box rear camera. And the one thing I like about this one is that it mounts, the mount is going to be behind your license plate, and the camera kind of overhangs the license plate, so there's a nice firm attachment. And so we're just going to run this line through this hole right here. We're going to go in through where our taillight was. We're going to fish it out, and then there's a grommet right here that we're going to push it through. Here we go, right here, and that way we can run our line through the rear of the car nice and clean and not have to cut anything. So I don't want to drill any holes if I don't have to, so that's how I'm going to route it. All right, so we got our camera mounted up here. We got the line ran into the hole. Coming in through here, so we're just going through our grommet right there. And so now we can put our tail light back in. We will adjust this later once we get everything working. And so now we got our cables. Get some light in here. So here's our cable that we ran. It's got a little plug like this. So we have our other cable. This is where it's going to plug into. So these two will connect here. right here. And then we have a red cable that is going to go to our reverse lights. We have a ground here. And then the last one is our video, which will go into the back of our head unit. So we'll run it under the carpet all the way to the front and then plug it in up there. All right, let's go ahead and get started replacing the head unit. So first thing you gotta do is remove this trim. And to do that, you gotta pop this cover up. You can stick your fingers under here. You can get a pry tool and just pop it up like this. And pull away. You got some 7mm bolts here. Take those out. Once you get those out, come over to your shift boot and just pull it up. Super easy. Pull it up, and then you should have two. I only have one. This one's missing for some reason. You probably won't have this because that goes to my handbrake. So you'll just take that one out, and then you'll be able to pop this off. Keep in mind that you have some wiring for if you have heated seats, and then if you have the Z51, you probably have like a little connection here for that. And also for your traction control button, there's some wiring for that. So you want to keep all that in mind when you're pulling it off. Also, to take your shift boot off, you just kind of push the boot down around the knob. And then on this side of the knob, you have a bolt right there. You can see where the tip of my finger is. So you'll loosen that, and this will pop up. So I'm pretty sure that's a Torx bit. And if you've never taken it off, it's probably pretty tight. So make sure you have your Torx bit seated in there real nice so you don't strip it out. So loosen the bolt, pop this off, and then you'll be good there. All right, once you got your trim out, make sure you're careful with all these wires. This one goes to the hazard lights that were up here. And you got all sorts of wiring down here for your heated seats if you have them. And you can leave the 12-volt outlet and the traction control plugged in and just kind of tilt it over to the side. I took my handbrake off just to make it easier to get this off because it's really in the way. So you remember that 7mm socket that you had? And you use it to take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 off. You don't need to completely remove this, but it's kind of in the way just to slide this out. So you just get it loose so you can pull it back just a little bit, and then this will come out and you can disconnect everything on the back. Okay, so new head unit here. With this, we got our USB connection for our phone. We have a microphone right here. Those two are just plug and play. We have a wiring harness right here. And then we have this little doohickey that will make everything work. This cost extra. This does not come with this, just in case you're curious. This is what it is. I don't normally plug companies, but if you order your stuff from Crutchfield, they have a little package that you can buy, and it has everything in it. It was super easy. That's the first time I've ever bought anything from that company, and it was nice. The package came with our mounting hardware and all this gadgets right here. So what we're going to have to do is this wiring harness that came with the head unit, we have to splice it to this one, and it's basically color coordinated, nice and easy. And this one looks like it's pretty plug and play, except for these two wires, which will be spliced in to the yellow one and the red one there. Real easy. Use whatever kind of connectors you want to use, butt connectors or whatnot. Soldering is preferred. And then this also came with this little kit. It's like a chime module. So let's go ahead and get all the wires connected. And oh yeah, I forgot about the antenna right there. So let's get all the wires connected and get it kind of loosely connected into the car, and then we'll connect our wires from the camera to it. Make sure it works before we route all of our wires under the carpet. Once we make sure that it works, then we'll route our wires, and then that'll be it. Okay, so I got everything wired up. A couple of things that are not super intuitive is for the backup camera, the yellow, for this Pioneer at least, the yellow plug needs to go into this brown connection right here, not the yellow. I was having a trouble getting the image to come up, so try to put it, if you're not getting an image on your reverse camera, plug it into the brown. And also for factory Bose, you have to have this remote wire connected to get sound through there. But it's kind of a mess right now, but I did everything with butt connections just to make sure it was working first before I do a permanent connection. Also with the reverse camera, there's a wire right here that is reverse, and then so the red one is coming from the camera itself, and then you have this one right here, navigation inputs. It's the purple one. So you got the red wires from the camera, and then it goes to a purple with white stripe on the back of the head unit. So you can see right here, reverse. All right, so let's check it out. So we got a neutral. Okay, so I put accessory power on. It's loading. Alright, so that works. I'm going to crank it up. There it is. Backup camera works. So now we got to put everything back together. So time to get all this cleaned up, put it all back together in the reverse order, and we should be good to go. All right, here it is, finished product. Wasn't too bad. Took a couple hours to install, but not too bad. Overall, it looks really nice. The dash kit looks really good. That came from Crutchfield. It matches the other plastic pretty nicely. So overall, I'm happy. The backup camera is going to be very nice, and the ability to use my phone to play music is also very nice. So overall, I'm pretty happy. Well, all right, there you have it. It's all done. Wrapped it up. I have another video coming with the Corvette next week, so stay tuned for that, and I appreciate you guys watching. See you later.